What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jay back here again for another video on Real Sports Talk. And today, just recently, the Steelers and Ravens game has ended, and that sucked. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know a lot of Ravens fans out there are mad and annoyed, and I would be too. Because that game, the Ravens should have won that game in my opinion. You know, the Steelers are a good team. They're 7-0, basically 8-0. They playing the Cowboys next week. Let's be real. Basically an undefeated team. Really good defense. Offense to me is kind of suspect. Ben Roethlisberger isn't who he used to be. He's not that great. He's kind of a game manager, but sometimes he turns the ball over a little too much. If I'm being quite honest, Ben Roethlisberger is probably just a little bit better than what Phillip Rivers is now. But that's not for today. They won, so I'm not about to try to bash into the Steelers. Good job by the Steelers. You know, they did their thing. But the reason why the Ravens lost this game wasn't because the Steelers offense had an amazing, little comeback, or the defense was just great, you know what I'm saying, even though it was Lamar Jackson. It was a point in this game where the score was 17-7. Baltimore was winning, and the reason why they were winning was because of the fact that they were just controlling the game really well, and the defense was dominating. The Ravens defense was dominating. Let's just be real. They were not letting the Steelers have nothing. The only reason why the Steelers even had 7 points was because of Lamar Jackson. This man threw a pick six to start the game off. You just can't do that you just can't do that as a top quarterback, man. My only problem with Lamar Jackson is these big games. It feels like when you play the Kansas City Chiefs and you play the Steelers with Ben Roethlisberger, which I don't believe he's played yet. You gotta be able to win those games, and especially when you have a defense like that. It ain't like the defense is average. He has an amazing defense. If Lamar Jackson was a Cowboys quarterback, he would be really bad right now. It would be bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he had a bad defense, it would be bad. You know what I'm saying? And I think what I'm kind of coming to right now is that maybe Lamar Jackson just isn't as great of a quarterback as we thought he was. Let's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, that just may be what it is. You know, he had great defenses the past 3 years, going into this year. And they always been good at pass rush. They always been good at, points allowed and all that. And it always seems like when they lose these big games, he's a big reason of it. And this passing game is a big reason of it. Because if you can stop their run game, like if you can lock down their run and make them one-dimensional, then they really can't do much in terms of the passing game. Besides Andrews, there's nobody on that team that's a Pro Bowl caliber guy in terms of a pass catcher. And there's not a Pro Bowl back. And I guess Mark Ingram, but he isn't an elite back in terms of the running back position. And the sad thing about Lamar is Lamar's a really good running back. He's not a running back, but he's a really good quarterback that can run the football. He's really good at running the football to read options and stuff. But when it's time for him to just be a quarterback and make those big plays, he just hasn't been able to do that consistently in the big games, especially when we saw him in the playoffs. Like, this game is just another example of when Lamar Jackson just isn't as great as he needs to be. Like, if we are going to put Lamar Jackson in the conversation with a Patrick Mahomes, with, these other top guys, the Tom Brady's of the world, the Aaron Rodgers of the world, if we are going to put him in that situation, the Russell Wilsons of the world, if we going to put him in that conversation, he has to be able to make big plays. He has to be able to win games like this. Because these are games that I think Russell Wilson wins. These are games that I think Tom Brady probably wins with this same roster. You know what I'm saying? Just because they're going to make throws that I don't think Lamar has made and has, he just didn't have a great game in my opinion. And, it didn't, had he just been a game manager, had he just, only got field goals and he didn't turn the ball over, they would have won. It was the fact that not only did he not, get them in field goal range a lot and get them a lot of points like that, it was also the fact that you gave the Steelers 3 turnovers. And 2 of their touchdowns, 14 of their 28 points, really came from your mistakes. It came from your interceptions. The first pick being a pick six, the second one being a pick, I think, at the Steelers' 30-yard line. Like, you just can't do that, especially against these big teams in these big games, because you're under that magnifying glass. And we're trying to see, okay, who is Lamar Jackson? How great of a quarterback is Lamar Jackson? And we know that Lamar Jackson is an amazing athlete to watch. He can run that thing, and when he's in a groove in terms of passing, he looks really good. But in these big games, we have to see more out of Lamar. He can't be the reason or one of the reasons why they lose these games. He's the quarterback. It's on him. And yeah, last year was great, but last year is last year. This year is this year. And he has to step up and play big versus the big team. He has played two of the top teams in this conference this year, and in both games he's lost, and in both games he has not looked great. That's a problem. If we want to call him a top quarterback, he has to play better in those games. You know what I mean? Even Ravens fans have to admit that. He has to play better in those games if he want to be considered a top guy. So he just has to play better. I'm not blaming it all on him. I mean, the defense on the Ravens could have played better in the second half against, the Steelers. True that. I'm not denying that at all. The running game for the Ravens could have been better. I'm not blaming that at all. Even though J.K. Dobbins and Edwards had good games, in my opinion, it could have been better. But I just feel like when you watch that game, you have to look back and say, dang, Lamar Jackson did not help them win. He did not help them. He hurt them this game. Point blank period, he hurt them. And I think that's just my biggest takeaway of this game. But overall, it was a good game. I think it was a good game. It went down to the wire. Just felt like it was a game that the Ravens shouldn't have lost. I just feel like they had it, and because of turnovers and not being able to move the ball, they just lost it. It's like almost as quick as they had it. That's my opinion on it. Y'all let me know what y'all think about the Lamar Jackson thing, about what I said about Lamar, about what I said about the Steelers. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments. That's all I gotta say about it. Peace.